Hello, everyone. Welcome back. As you saw in the title, we are going to be trying to outperform the wiki's farm rates today. So that means we're going to be spinning a wheel and figuring out which farm we're going to make. We're going to go look into the Minecraft Wiki for the farm rates, and we're going to beat that. It might be really hard. It might be way easier than I expect, but hopefully not, because then this would be a pretty boring video. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. Here is the wheel we're going to be spinning. I'm actually going to go ahead and shuffle it just for fun, because why not? But it's got 17 different options, and we're going to go ahead and spin it. And hopefully, it's not super simple, because then I think it might be a little easier. Iron might be really difficult, though. I think it's going to land on iron. Yeah. Because iron, a lot of people put a lot of time into iron farms, so this might be actually really difficult. I'm going to go ahead and find it on the wiki, and let's do this. Scrolling through all these different designs on the Minecraft Wiki, it seems to average around 500 because some of them are doing around 40. I don't, and then some of them are doing 3,800, which is kind of wild. I've never designed one that much, but I mean, I think I'm just going to shoot for 500, maybe closer to 600, because that seems to be around the average. So if I can beat 600 iron per hour, then I'm going to consider this video a win. So let's get into Minecraft, and I guess we'll start designing this farm. Well, it's in arguably the ugliest biome on the entire game, but we found a spot. Now we're going to actually start designing, and I'm going to talk to you about the science a little bit, but most of it's just going to be actually designing this farm and trying to get it to beat 600 iron per hour, which, again, I have no idea if I'm going to be able to do. This guy is going to be the most important part of this entire farm. There are two ways to make an iron golem spawn. One through gossiping, and two through panic. Panic is the best option by far. Gossiping is only really used in Bedrock Edition, and that's because the panic option literally doesn't exist in Bedrock. But panic means the villagers will spawn an iron golem when there is a zombie nearby, when they're panicking. So this zombie is going to spawn every single one of our iron golems. So this is what our chambers are going to look like. We're going to have 4 of these. I don't know if 4 are necessary. I don't really think so, not unless they're far enough apart. I might actually only do 2, because these need to be 10 blocks apart, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I might move this back 1 block, because then we can spawn 2 iron golems at a time. I might be wrong. I'm going to add the villagers like this anyway, and then we're going to test if it can spawn more than 1 iron golem. Because if it can, obviously that's double, triple, quadruple the rates. But I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, all 4 modules have been added, and I've realized that they don't need to be farther away at all. This is perfectly fine. The only reason we would add more villagers is because the instant that an iron golem is spawned, every villager in radius, I think, it's like a 10 block radius of the iron golem, is going to start a 600 tick timer. And randomly during that 600 tick timer, they will scan for the iron golem again, and if it isn't there, then they will spawn another one because they're panicking constantly. But since it's random, the more villagers you have, the more often it will be scanned, and that means we're going to need to get rid of this iron golem as soon as possible so that every single time at least one of these villagers scan, it spawns another one. So we're going to need to get rid of this guy as quickly as possible now, because they're going to be spawning pretty much constantly. As soon as one disappears, another one will spawn. And I can test it out, but it'd be embarrassing if I was wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and see and kill this guy and see how long it takes for another one to spawn. There, he's dead. Now we wait. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, because that would be... Actually, no. The only farm that's working right now is this one, because since I just built all of these, it's been daytime the whole time, so they haven't slept. I need them to sleep so that they have the ability to spawn an iron golem, because they need to have slept in the last 20 minutes. And I'm talking a lot, but it all makes sense as to why this farm works. Okay, now that they've all slept, I can just break these. I don't actually need to make it day. I'm going to make it day simply for y'all, but this making it day wouldn't be necessary. And see, an iron golem pretty much instantly spawn. But we're going to kill it, and now we're going to properly time how long it takes. There, they both died. Now we wait. Hopefully this doesn't take too long, because that would be embarrassing. Somehow it spawned inside of a block, but one did spawn relatively quickly. I guess, yeah, now the goal is to get rid of this guy as soon as possible. Because that's pretty much, if your iron farm is slow, it's because you're not killing it fast enough. Because most of the time, they're going to scan for an iron golem and they're going to see one. If they scan it and don't see an iron golem, they don't instantly spawn one. That means at the end of the 600 tick timer, they will spawn one. 600 ticks is about 30 seconds, by the way. After 30 seconds, like, I'm going to kill this guy. And within about 20 to 30 seconds, because some of them have probably already started their timer, an iron golem will spawn. Maybe 15 seconds. I don't really know. But the maximum would be 30 seconds. I counted to 18. I might have been a little fast. I don't really know. And then two instantly spawned at the exact same time. I don't know why they keep spawning inside of blocks, but that's not going to be a problem for us because we're going to spawn proof right here. And now I'm going to show you how we're going to get rid of these guys as quickly as we can. I'm sure some of y'all have seen mob farms, especially one creeper farm that I've seen. I don't remember who designed it, but it involves teleporting the creepers to the nether instantly. And by doing that, it gets rid of, like, the mob. It means, in a sense, it died. It restarts the kill timer. So when they scan it, they won't see the iron golem anymore. Because, well, it's in the nether. It's nowhere near them anymore. And that means that they will instantly spawn another iron golem. So instead of killing them like most farms would, we're going to send them into the nether and build a killing chamber inside the nether. And with that, this farm should be completely working. I don't really have a reason why it wouldn't be working. I'm going to sit here for a minute and see if any issues show up. But as you saw there, it spawned in, instantly went into the nether. I could even make this more efficient just by adding, because I don't think the portal blocks count as, like, blocks, so things can still spawn inside them. I could just do, like, all of this as portals, but I think that's a little excessive. Maybe not. If the rates are too slow, that might be the thing I make to make this farm more efficient. But there is one thing left to do. In the overworld, anyway. Well, two things. But one really important thing, and the other one can be solved with a much simpler, like, issue, anyway. But, never mind. I don't really know what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and fix the first one. You set the time tonight. This is where the issue comes up. For a villager to spawn an iron golem, they would have needed to sleep in the last 20 minutes. When they're constantly panicking like this, they can't sleep. So every time it goes to night, the vision, like their vision to the zombie, needs to be blocked for long enough to lay in the bed, and then we, like, can fix the vision again for them to keep spawning iron golems. But I'm not really sure how we're going to do that yet. I'm going to go ahead and figure it out, but I don't know yet. Using daylight sensors, it does block the vision, but it blocks it all night. And this is obviously not ideal because we needed to block it for just long enough for them to sleep, but not all night because that's obviously way too much wasted time that they could be spawning. I don't know. I'm struggling. They could be spawning iron golems. And also notice this, and this might be a problem. I don't know why this happened, but it might be an issue. And I'm going to have to solve it later because right now I'm working on this. I actually have no idea how to do this. I don't know how to make them go down and stay down, but for like a second without making a clock that does it every couple of seconds. Unless that's what we want. That might be what we want. So I think I'm going to try that. So I think I found the solution. It's not going to be perfectly symmetrical, which I know, it sucks. But this is what I believe is the best solution to our problem here. We need to build one of the redstone clocks. I don't know what they're called, but it looks like this. And, I'll just tell you when I'm done. I think this is how it's gonna look. I don't really know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna figure it out. You have to put a stack of items, and I guess it's not how it works, which is weird because I've made this farm a lot. This is definitely how it. There. And it'll keep them pushed down just like this so that all the villagers. Well, this one just has problems, I guess. Most of the villagers can sleep, and when the stack is done, it'll be lifted up soon. Just give it a second. Never mind. What did I do wrong with this? Okay, so having the redstone come off of that just doesn't work. I think if I do this. Yes, this works. That means the clock still works, and I mean everything else works fine. This is alright. We still have a problem with iron golems spawning in the portals because then they don't actually teleport, so my other idea about making it all portals wouldn't work. But I think the way that we fix that is we lower the portal frame down one so that then that block becomes unspawnable for the iron golems because they can't spawn in a 1x3 area. Well, I actually went through the portal, and I guess we know the farm is working, relatively. I knew this was going to happen. I'm just going to accidentally go through the portal over and over again. There, I think that solves this problem. So, this is going to hurt the rates a lot, which I'm not happy about. Like the whole clock. Oh, and I also forgot to spawn-proof the clock. So, when y'all are building this, well, if y'all are building this, you could just be watching it for fun. But, make sure you spawn-proof the clock. Okay, now this farm should be entirely working. It's a little slower because of the clock, but while these guys can see the zombie, it should be spawning iron golems. I haven't actually seen any, but remember how I said there's two things left for us to do? Well, now it's time to do the second one. If we look at the chunks, I didn't actually line this up with anything, but it's across 4 different chunks, and we're going to need these to always be loaded so that it's working while we're in the nether, because that's where we're going to need to be sitting for this farm to actually be working. We're going to need to be, well, in the nether, I just said that. But in order to load these chunks, we're going to need ender pearl stasis chambers, which I'd be surprised if you've never seen those before, but I'm just going to go ahead and build them real quick. I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter about the height, but to be safe personally, I'm going to worry about the height because I don't actually know. Pretty much just look like this. They're a column of soul sand with water. I think this is deep enough, maybe not. Okay. You throw an ender pearl in it, and now this chunk will always be loaded no matter what. No matter where you are in the world, no matter what dimension, that chunk will be loaded. We're going to have to do it across all 4 of these chunks. And then we can go into the nether, build the killing chamber, and this farm will be working. Still happening. I think it's because they can spawn on... Yeah. Is it because they can spawn on this block? Because that one looked like it spawned on the inside. They can't spawn on trapdoors, though. Because I use trapdoors to spawn-proof everything. If they could spawn on trapdoors, they'd be spawning everywhere. I don't know. Now this farm will forever be loaded because all the ender pearls are set. But obviously, there's a problem that we still need to deal with. Okay, this is our iron farm. I still haven't quite figured out the timer on this, and I'm gonna do it in just a minute. And I know you're gonna be like, oh, but you don't have to have the nether portals anymore. I like the nether portals, and you can't stop me. So they're going into the nether anyway. And now, you're joking. Oh, I get it. It's never been the fact that they're spawning on this. The nether has never been the problem. They're just walking back through. All of this was for nothing. Because they keep going in the nether portal because they're walking through the nether portal and just spawning inside of it like this. Well, I guess we go to design 1, the one that I made about an hour ago. You want to know what this is? the same farm you saw earlier. You know what? You want to know what else this is? A working farm. Now, I need to do this crap, and I really don't know how. I don't want to look up a tutorial, because that's like the complete opposite of the entire point. Not quite sure why this would matter. And I didn't look at a tutorial, I just looked at a bunch of pictures of farms, that's not tutorials. And they all have like glass in front of them. Again, I have zero idea why this would matter, and if this would allow them to sleep for whatever reason. But now it doesn't even look like they're panicking at all. Okay, I think I figured it out. This causes it to be a little less efficient at night, and I don't think this needs to be glass either, by the way. It can just be any block. Glass is just what I was using. But it causes it so that at night only 4 villagers can be up at a time, but that means all of them will sleep because they're going to go right here and then sleep and then get back up. So all of them are sleeping, and then during the day, obviously every villager is going to be working. Before is enough. Oh, I fell all the way down. Before is enough villagers to spawn an iron golem, as you saw there. This guy. This is a working farm. Now all I have to do is go into the nether to build a killing chamber. Killing chamber, I believe, is going to be pretty much the easiest part of this. You just put this, pretty much. You just dig a hole underneath of it so that, and then don't forget the trapdoors so that they walk off into the hole. And all the iron golems that have slowly been piling up in here over time. I don't know how I'm going to deal with them. I guess I'll just kill them all one by one. But anyway, because it's going to keep spawning because we have the chunks on the other side loaded from the stasis chambers. They should eventually just pathfind off of it. I don't know why they wouldn't. See? He's eventually going to fall. And he's eventually going to fall into the hole with the lava. The lava will kill them. And then boom. You get iron. Okay, now that the killing chamber is complete, we just add a collection system, and then we can set a timer for an hour. Oh no. Okay, I added this small little addition so that it'll work faster because they just kind of linger around here too much. And now the farm is ready. My phone is actually dead, so I'm waiting for it to charge. That's why I thought of this, because I was just kind of stalling. But now it just turned on. I'm going to wait for this one guy to die. I'm going to wait for everything to come in. And with that, I'm starting a 1 hour timer to see our rates. So the hour timer has completed. And if we look here, I'm pretty sure that's enough. We're looking for 600. I can grab a calculator because I'm not any good at math. We ended up with 718. So I beat it. I beat the 600. And this farm is definitely not optimized. I could have spent much longer on it and did much more research optimizing this, because I think this is what broke this farm. But I can fix this. This is fixable, hopefully. I don't, but I'll have to figure it out. Y'all probably see that in like a short or something eventually. I wouldn't make a whole video over fixing this. But yeah, that's the video completed. We beat it. I'm probably going to be making more videos like this, but if you have any specific like farms you want to see, I'll be happy to make them. And I hope you all enjoyed watching. I had a lot of fun making this. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you and goodbye.